AF2Games.com, and like I said, we're doing Nel. So, this is the wig we made. So we put it with Sharpie dye. This is Sharpie dye. So how we make Sharpie dye? As you can see, there's little blue plastic things in there. That is from a Sharpie. So we open the Sharpie. You see this? We take there's a little sponge, and it has the dye on it, the ink that makes it this color. So we put it in water, I believe. Alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol.
We put it in rubbing alcohol, and we let that sit for a little bit, and it makes Sharpie dye. And we put this little wig here into the Sharpie dye to dye it. This is our testing hair. This is from my tail, derpy tail, and so there's two ways to use Sharpies to dye your hair. The first way is Sharpie dye, like with a Sharpie dye. You put it in, and it makes a color. This is actually a decent color for now, but we'll just put that in there. A little more?
Yeah, just leave it in there.
Yeah, we'll leave that in there to soak. Do we have a pokey? Oh, yep, we have a poke thing. We can poke that all in there. And we'll fish it out later.
Mm-hmm. The second way with a Sharpie?
The second way with a Sharpie. I'm going to pull out some hair. I want to preserve this hair. Oh, whoa. This is the wig. But this takes forever to do. And that's to color it straight from the Sharpie. Makes quite decent color as well. So I'll compare them on a wig right here.
Yeah, so what we learned when we were doing it was that the dipping it and soaking it in the tincture, Sharpie dye, is faster and easier, but the color doesn't come out quite as good. You can see it's a little kind of washed out. Coloring it with the Sharpie makes really great color, but like Presley said, it kind of takes forever to do. So there's another technique that I was reading about online that we were going to try for her new wig. No, we'll just compare them when they come out. When that one comes out, we'll look at them side by side.
Okay, so we're gonna. There's so there is the way that a lot of people recommend is put this dye right there.
It's the FW acrylic paint.
Yeah. And
it comes with a little dropper top, which makes it easy to measure.
Yep, so you can just like open it and drop it.
It goes in with rubbing alcohol, 70% alcohol. Yep. So the recipe that we're going to use and that I've read about is 1 cup of rubbing alcohol to 8 droppers full of the acrylic paint. And that goes into a spray bottle. You know where the spray top went?
Oh, I put it down over here.
So that goes into just a regular empty spray bottle. I picked one up at Ace Hardware. We'll mix it in there and then use the spray bottle to spray the wig and then let it dry completely. Brush it out real good and rinse it in the sink until no more dye comes out, and you may do it once or twice more to get the best coat, but it seems like it's been really effective. The wigs that I saw online that had been dyed using that technique looked great, so I think that's what we're going to use this time, just to sort of compare to the other techniques. We did a Midna last year. That was really good, and what I did was I soaked it. Well, I soaked it first in the dye, and then went back over and colored it with a Sharpie. Presley, please don't. To make it an even better coating. So we're going to get this mixed up real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so first I wanted to show real quick how you take the Sharpies apart to make the tincture. I saw a lot of questions about that online, so I figured I would show real quick. So you take a Sharpie, any normal Sharpie, find the color that you want, take the top off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull off this whole green colored space here. I use a big pair of pliers. You can do it with your hand most of the time, but this makes it a lot easier. So that will pop right out like that, and you end up with this piece that is the dye.
This is the dye that we put in there. And this is a plastic that's on it.
So it has a plastic sheath on it, and what you can do is if you squeeze, you can squeeze some of the dye out of it through the plastic sheet, and it'll drop. You can probably see it dripping into the texture there.
Yes, we can.
So you can squeeze out, as much as you can there, and then after you squeeze a little bit out, take an X-Acto knife and slice the plastic open.
It would kind of be scary if you were doing it with a red Sharpie. Because it would look like blood.
It would look like blood. So usually I just go ahead and cut it on both sides, and then you can just tear it open. And then this whole thing just goes down.
Pop.
And the alcohol will suck out a lot of the dye, will leach out a lot of the coloring. And then the other thing that you can do to make the coloring even a little bit better is let it sit for a day or two and let some of the alcohol evaporate. And as the alcohol evaporates, the color gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's actually what I've been doing with this one for a little while, so I'm curious to see how the dye works there. But that's all there is to it. You let it sit for a little while, and then you can either leave the pieces of Sharpie in. Every once in a while, you can take them out and wring them out with your hands to make sure you get all the dye out. And then, like I said, what I did before was just took the wig and stuck it in this whole thing, put the lid on it, and let it stay in there like the hair is in there now, and just let it stay in there for a little while. Took it out, let it dry, brushed it out, rinsed it to make sure that no more color would come out. It worked great. We did that. So that's all there is to making the texture technique. Okay, so this I'm going to mix up the spray real quick using the FW acrylic paint and the rubbing alcohol. So like I said, it's 1 cup of the rubbing alcohol, and the spray bottle I bought has measurements on it. I'll show you quite a bit.
Do you want a paper towel?
Okay, that's a cup.
5 things.
8.
8, okay.
And then with this, just shake it up really good. And we're going to do 8 full bulbs. 1.
Ooh, that's a nice looking blue.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. So one of the things that I really like about this one too is that you got a lot of control over how much of each thing goes in. You could, if this doesn't come out rich enough color, then I could do 10 or 12, or if it comes out a little too much, then I could do 7 or 6. You've got to control it. Whereas with the Sharpies, you're never quite sure how much is going to come out of each Sharpie, and you really put 5 or 6 Sharpies in each one of those things, so you have to buy a lot of Sharpies and do a lot. So I'm hopeful that this is going to work really well. So we'll give it a good mix.
That looks,
color actually looks pretty good.
That's a beautiful blue.
Yeah, it's a nice looking little turquoise. And then I'm going to take it out in the garage to do the spraying. I don't want to spray in the house. So we'll spray some of the pony tail, and then we'll compare the 3 of them once they all dry.
Shall we move them?
Yeah, we'll take them out with us. So go ahead and stop the recording, please.
Yep.
Okay, so moved out to the garage now where we can try the spray. So we'll give it a good shake again. This is our sample here for the spray.
Let me touch it real quick. Let's hope the spray bottle works.
Yeah, let's see if maybe it's...
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so certainly a better way to do it than this, but this will get a test. Maybe work with a spray bottle to get a more targeted spray. Maybe hang the hair up a little bit even.
Yeah, we could actually hang the hair up right now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be good enough to
Should
test.
we hang the hair?
I think this is good enough to test.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry and then brush it out and see what we get out of it. It looks like that may take some.
It would be fun to hang the hair on this.
So maybe we'll try that next time. Okay, so we'll let this dry real quick. We'll compare the 3 different methods: the coloring directly with the Sharpie, soaking it in the Sharpie tincture, and using the acrylic. At the end of the vlog, we'll come back and show what they look like.
Making my new profile.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Okay, it's time to compare. This is still our favorite one right there.
So that's coloring directly with the Sharpie.
Yep, this is my second favorite one, which is spraying it.
Spraying it with the acrylic paint.
This too. And then this is our one if we don't have much time.
Yeah, so that's the Sharpies cut apart in the alcohol and dunking the whole wig.
Yeah. So this one is less time consuming. This is the second most time consuming, and this is the most time consuming.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to like hang this up and spray it a lot, so that consumes time. But this, you just dunk it and you forget about it for a little while, and then you take it.
So that one takes time cutting all the Sharpies apart, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't take as much time as like rinsing it, drying it, spraying it with the acrylic paint and stuff. It's just dunk the wig in and take it out a few days later.
Yep. And then this one takes forever, but it's still the best results,
yes,
I think. So this, we still need to brush them out really good and rinse them.
Yeah, I'll brush it out with my finger.
But this one, there's still a little more shine on it. And as you can see, it didn't get, this one kind of, the one with the spray kind of blew out a little bit. It definitely got more crispy from the spray. So it's going to need brushing and sort of treatment to make it kind of come back to this. And then this has a little bit more luster. Like I said, I think I may take the entire wig and dunk it again one more time and look and see what it looks like before I do any spray.
I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
This one is texture-wise. This one is my second favorite texture-wise. It's not all smooth. It's just a plain wig. And this is my least favorite texture-wise because it's all like...
Yeah, I think you'd have to brush it and put some sort of detangler and stuff in it. So I think actually I'm going to go with this one for the next test on the wig and just try and get a little bit better coat. And so here's the wig. So this is one dunk, and the I didn't let it evaporate and sort of get to a better color here. And we actually wore this to Comic-Con and it looked great. So I think on tomorrow's video what we'll do is one of the things we didn't do was kind of show the overall Nel costume, the cosplay. So I think like we did with Derpy yesterday, we'll show your whole Nel cosplay tomorrow as we're working on it.
So that has been today's vlog. See ya!